Hi.
Hello. How's Vegas?
Good. I'm at my ex-husband's house.
That's awesome.
And you know me, I'm usually like, he gives me anxiety. We give each other anxiety. Like, we are just better in different states. We both know this. Like, there's none of this I wouldn't say to his face, right? But I've decided that he has the kids and I'm in Vegas and I'm just going to relax and just do what I want to do. If I want to drive an hour out of my way to go to a beef jerky store, I'm going to drive an hour out of my way to go to a beef jerky store.
You're in Vegas.
Yeah,
You're in Vegas.
go do it. If I want to open up a White Claw at 10:30, I'm going to open up a White Claw at 10:30.
Right. Yeah. See, here in Modesto, if you say, I want to drive an hour out of the way to go get some beef jerky and open up White Claw at 10:30, then people are like, hey, that's a problem. But in Vegas, you want to open up a White Claw at 10:30, yeah.
Vegas.
Yeah, they're like, why didn't you do it at 8:30?
Oh, I'm going to a vegan Mexican food restaurant this week too, called Poncho's Taco Shop. And you know me, I'd usually not do a vegan restaurant. I'd usually tell him no. But because Tiffany jumps on our stream all the time, I want to go in there and I'm going to send her 3 different menu items and have her choose which one I should eat.
Okay.
That'll be fun, huh?
What'd you say?
That'll be fun.
I mean, if that makes vegan more fun, then yes.
Well, I love menus, but you know that. When I went to New Orleans, I went with 2 guys who were from there. And I never opened a menu. I had him look through the menu and tell me like what I should try. So that way I tried so many foods that I never would have tried. So I like when people pick out the food for me.
No, I'm down with that. Michelle and I were having that conversation the other day too, because we were talking about we're having one of those conversations of like, what do you wish I did different? Like we're married, we're never going to, we're always going to be married. But like, if you had one wish where I was a little different, what would it be? And for me, for her, it was be more adventurous with food, because she has a very strict palate.
She won't go outside the box on like a menu or anything.
No, she's purely like junk food and microwave food. So like this morning, this is the joys of working at home with your wife. We switched sides of the bed because she was always using.
It's awesome because then you always try something different. Like I never know what I'm going to get at a restaurant. Usually don't know what I'm going to get at a restaurant because I love to try new stuff. Go ahead.
Yeah. Oh, she just eats on my side of the bed, so we switch. But anyway, she's a Cheez-Its girl. So she's just, that's her jam.
So when you told her that you wish she was more adventurous with food, did she go, okay, but I'm still not changing it? Or do you think she'll now be more adventurous since you mentioned it?
No, she's not changing it.
What did she say about you?
I couldn't remember because I was so focused on the food. So it was probably something about being focused on the things that she says to me.
It's probably ignoring the words that I am saying that are coming out my mouth because you're thinking of food.
Probably it.
You know what? I forget most things because I'm thinking about food too, buddy.
That is probably it.
One little thing that I wish Joe would have done was grill.
Yeah.
And I love the grill. But I love it when somebody cooks for me. Like I'll cook for you all the time, but I also love it done for me.
I'm with you on that.
Mm-hmm.
Michelle used to get on me. She'd be like, what happened? Like when we first got together, you cooked all the time. I'm like, yeah. And then we added like 2 more people to the house and none of you eat the same thing. And so I just don't cook anymore.
All right. So what does your screen name mean?
Okay. GBPJ is Gary Busey Pet Justice, and it's on Amazon Prime, and it is required viewing at least 1 episode. Oh my God.
Okay, Ian, what? Okay, Gary Busey. Okay.
So imagine Gary Busey doing all of the Gary Busey things with the big teeth and the really loud. So it's a courtroom comedy. They're comedians, but you don't know they're comedians right away at first if you don't read the synopsis. So at first you think it's real people going in front of Gary Busey and letting him decide what to do with their pets. So the very first episode is this man and this woman who can't decide what to do with their dead cat because they both had different wants for their dead cat. One woman wanted to put her cat in the family's pet mausoleum, and the other man, or the man, wanted to take the cat and put it on a boat and send it off on the pond and light it on fire and cremate it in the middle of the water. And so so you're listening to this and you're like, is this real life right now? And then you realize it's not when Gary Busey says, okay, I've got the solution then. Here's what you do. You send it off on the raft in the middle of the pond and you burn it halfway, but not all the way. And then you take the unburnt part of the cat that remains, and then you put it in the mausoleum. And then Butter Snickers is happy because Butter Snickers got to be cremated and put in the mausoleum at the same time. Is that a good solution? And they're like, yeah, that's a great solution. So you'll burn the cat tonight and I'll put it in the mausoleum tomorrow? Yeah. And you're watching this, the first 10 minutes, you're like, this can't be real. This isn't real, right? and then you go to the courtroom reporter.
You're looking at Michelle like, are you watching the same thing I'm watching?
We all seriously said that. We all I'm like, this is not real. She goes, I don't know. And then they go to the courtroom reporter afterwards when it's all done. And the courtroom reporter has like,
I have to see it. I thought this is stupid.
It's so stupid.
But now this is something my ex-husband and I bet you would both laugh at.
And the underlying joke through the whole thing. And you pick up on it pretty quick that it's not real, but you still look at each other and question. The underlying joke is that while they're in the middle of this courtroom scenario, all the defendants and plaintiffs can't stop saying how much they love Gary Busey. And so at the end, when they're doing the interview after the court case with the courtroom drama guy with the microphone, they'll be like, okay, so, and he's all disheveled. He's like, okay, so Gary Busey said to burn half your cat and then half on the water and half in the mausoleum. And that sounded like a pretty good solution.
I had to confirm that's who it was.
And then they look over and they go, so that was the solution. What do you guys think about that? And more importantly, how was it meeting Gary Busey?
Okay, I need to check it out.
Oh my God.
How did you come across it? Like, how did that even happen?
I was just going down, you know how on Xfinity you can hit info and it brings up like the actors, then you can go down like their movie log, what they've been in.
So you were just like looking up Gary Busey?
No, I was going down a rabbit hole. I can't remember what I started on. I think I started on Keanu Reeves and I ended on Gary Busey. Like I was going down, then I'd look at a movie and then I'd look at the actors in that, then I'd go look at that actor, what movie they were in, and then I just wound up on Gary Busey eventually.
If you're trying to figure out who he is.
Yeah, so that man, who's now coming up on 80 years old, is a judge sitting there telling people, well, burn half your cat and then, bury the other half. And then at the end of every single one, he hits his gavel and he goes, that's pet justice.
I love how you come. No, he doesn't.
He does.
I love how you come across this stuff.
Oh my God, it was so awesome.
Okay,
so
I'll check it out.
We only watched an episode and a half because like it's only good for about an episode and a half. And then after that, you got to take a break. You can't binge it because it stops being funny after a while.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I'll check it out.
You have to. Oh my gosh.
I'll check it out. It sounds funny.
In fact, I want to get the drop of him at the end just so anytime we ever talk about another person's animal, we can get the pet justice.
Get that today. We are still giving away K-Hop hoodies. I mean, it's going to be hot all this week. Aren't you guys in the hundreds this week, right?
Yeah, 98, 99, 100.
But next week is going to be fall weather. So get your K-Hop hoodies and that K-Hop stolen hoodie. Not the K-Hop stolen, it's a stolen hoodie candle. It smells like a dude. It smells so good. I should have bought more. And the K-Hop hoodie. Upload your photos to hashtag K-Hop stolen hoodie on Insta and on Facebook, and you could win that. What else do we have going on today?
We have 1 hour and 11 minutes left of our show. At 10:01, what are you going to be doing in Vegas?
My daughter will still be distance learning until 11. So at 10:01, I think I'm going to go drive over to that alien jerky place. But I think she might want to go. We're doing Fremont Street today.
Oh, I love Fremont Street.
Because Joe's office is down there. And so while he gets some work done, because he never brings me into the building. While he gets some work done, me and the kids will go downtown Fremont Street.
The last time I was on Fremont Street, we walked by, I think it's called the Wild Horse or Wild Horses, the strip bar right there. And they had all the girls or a couple of the girls out front when we were walking by and they're like, come on in. And I'm like, oh, no. She says, what, you don't like boobies? And I was like, are you challenging me? Like, that's how they get you in the door. They insult you. They're like, what, you don't like this? You're not into this? And I'm like, but I am. I am. I'll go.
Cindy Line Gang told me there's a big beef jerky store downtown Fremont Street. So I was just going to go to that one today, and then the Alien went on another day. But it's closed today, and I'm like, well, who closes in Vegas? You don't get a day off in Vegas.
I think Monday is the big close day for cities like that.
Well, if there's not a lot of, we'll probably go a couple times. I'm here until Saturday.
Yeah, I know that San Francisco too. Not just Monday, but like one of our favorite places in San Francisco. It's a little ice cream shop called the Castro Fountain, and they close Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. They only open Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, just weekends and end of the week.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're not doing any casinos?
No.
Are you going to do any?
I'm not a gambler anyway.
Will you at least go into like a 7-Eleven and just sit by the door and play one of those quarter machines?
No, if I'm gonna do slots, I'll go to a casino. I do slots. I'll do. I'm gonna go to New York because Layla likes the roller coaster. What?
Okay. You have to do this. Did you bring slippers?
Like flip flops?
No, slippers. Like, do you have access to any fuzzy slippers, any at all, or can you get some?
Slippers.
Okay. Can you please get a cigarette and one of your fanny packs? Can you spend the money on the slippers if you can find some cheap ones? I'll reimburse you if need be, and some sweats and
I did bring
anything with a cat on it.
Fanny packs.
And can you please go sit down in one of the 7-Elevens at one of the 25-cent machines with your hair in some curlers or just pulled back the worst way you can think of with a cigarette and take a picture of that, please?
You want me to buy a pack of cigarettes for a photo?
Bum one. Get one from somebody.
Yeah, I can bum one. As soon as it came out of my mouth, I thought about that.
Or just grab one and light it. Don't put it in your mouth. No, that's COVID. Never mind.
Yeah, I bet I could grab. I bet you the X has slippers and some sweats I could throw on, and we all know what I could do with this hair. Curler is not an option, though.
Can you please also buy a can of nasty beer and hold that with it too?
Yeah.
Beer, flip flops, and I just want like the cigarette and the beer, and I want you to buy a slot machine like this and just look it up in your slippers.
Why are you like describing some of my family members?
Oh.
I'm just kidding. My mom loves to gamble so much that she had her family reunion in Vegas.
See, I'd love that.
On the Fremont Street, and they had T-shirts with casino chips with Kiabu written on it. And then my family was the only white family because my mom's side of the family, my mom's Japanese.
Oh, that's right.
But my papa, Seikuku, married a white woman. And so when we showed up at the reunion, as soon as we walked in, they didn't even need to check our names. They're like, you're Jimmy Ann's kids. You're over there.
Plus, you got that last name. You got that last name that's not Smith, you know?
Oh my God. When I was in North Carolina, the guys would joke that I was like the biggest redneck Asian they've ever met. And this person from like the Asian club from the college sent us an email saying, please stop letting her represent anything Asian. She's not even pronouncing her mom's last name right.
We don't identify as she does.
No, they were so pissed. And it was really well written and stuff. And I agreed with them. But my coach were like, so after that, they hammered it even more.
Yeah, I probably would have then too.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's hilarious. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
For today?
What's that?
He's a photographer today. Oh, Joe. Yeah. He's going to be a photographer every day.
Who's a photographer?
It annoys him how much I do on social media now because when we work together, he always wanted me to do more on social media and I hated it. And so now when he sees like me actually wanting to do work stuff, he's like, bleh. He gets all mad because we used to fight about it all the time. So I would fight him on things that even I thought were a good idea just because I didn't want to do it because it was his idea. See why we're not married? Oh, Ian's a photographer today. He can't do my photo, Tiffany. I'm in Vegas.
Oh, yeah. No, I think I'm a phenomenal director. I'm just a terrible, like my hands are super shaky. I'd love to do photography actually, but my hands are super shaky. I'm just not good at it. But I like in my head, remember when we were talking about the like, if we ever had like a scenario, like I can't remember what it was, but we were talking about a scenario where like I was going to live in Fort Bragg, you know, and like but in my head, when I think of scenarios like this, like I can totally envision it. It's just bringing that to life. So I'm relying on you for the artistic part of it. I think we can do this.
I think I got this.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, how can you mess up the sweats with the cigarette?
Oh, it's CJ. Hey, CJ.
Photo, Okay, so this week, my Vegas trip. Tomorrow night, I'm going to do a live co-parent stream with Joe. Mojo and I are going to do a co-parenting live stream. Wednesday night, I'm going to still do my wind down Wednesday with Sarah and Jamie virtually, and we're going to do what it's like to hang out with the ex.
Okay.
And that's why I'm doing theirs after I do his, because I don't want to piss him off before I do mine and his.
Right.
And then on Saturday, I'm brunching with the girlfriend, and he doesn't know this yet, but I'm going to do a live with Joe's not new, they've been together years, but Joe's girlfriend.
Okay.
And ask her, like, what was your biggest misconception about me? And how have you used me against him? Like, fun stuff. It'll be fun. What do you think?
Good. Yeah, yes.
Do you think it'll be fun? While we're brunching and having mimosas, that's going to be fun.
Yes. Wait till you each have 7 drinks.
Huh?
Wait till you each have 7 drinks. Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So we're gonna do that, and then I'll just be doing stuff around town, and it's gonna be fun.
Awesome. We look forward to following your story.
All right, and I'm gonna watch. What's the show called again?
Gary Busey Pet Justice on Amazon Prime. Oh my! Watch the first episode.
You look giddy. Just the title coming out your mouth, you look giddy thinking about it.
Pet Justice.
Oh, and I want to talk Joe into feature that always had one every Friday called X Factor Friday, to where we talk about something about exes every time.
Okay.
Wouldn't that be fun?
I'm in. Let's do it.
Do it. All right.
Have fun.
I'll check it at all my beef jerky stops, because that's what people come to Vegas for.
Be safe.
It's all the beef jerky. I will. Bye. Bye, you guys. See you tomorrow.